He always wanted to be somebody, not a hero, not a politician, just somebody that people looked at with respect. As far back as he could remember, he wanted to belong to a family that didn't need permission, didn't play by the rules, didn't wait in line like everyone else. In his neighborhood, power didn't come from education or hard work. It came from fear, money, and the kind of loyalty that could turn deadly in a heartbeat. He started small, running errands, shining shoes, carrying groceries for men in sharp suits and shining cars. They were gods in his eyes. Nobody told them what to do. They spoke softly, dressed perfectly, and could make problems disappear with a phone call. For a kid with nothing, that kind of control looked like freedom. And soon, that world opened its doors. He was welcomed in, mentored, shaped by men who taught him the golden rule of their world: never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut. It was a code that made sense. Family first, business second, everyone else, collateral damage. The deeper he went, the more intoxicating it became. The money, the women, the parties. It was all his now. He could park anywhere, walk into any restaurant and get a table, eat for free, live like a king. Nobody questioned him. Nobody told him no. He wasn't just surviving anymore. He was untouchable. But in that world, nothing stays clean for long. Violence wasn't just business, it was communication. One wrong look, one unpaid debt, one careless joke, and someone disappeared. He saw it all: loyalty rewarded with betrayal, friendships ending in blood, trust traded for survival. He told himself it was normal, that it was just how things worked. But deep down, he knew every favor came with a price, and sooner or later, you paid. He got married, started a family, tried to build a life that looked normal from the outside. But normal didn't exist anymore. The thrill, the chaos, the constant danger, it followed him everywhere. He became addicted to the rush, to the control, to the lie that he was in charge. When money stopped being enough, he turned to something stronger, something that numbed the fear and made him feel invincible again. But drugs don't mix with discipline, and paranoia doesn't make good business. Soon the walls began to close in, friends vanished, enemies multiplied. Cops started watching. The empire he'd built on power and trust began to rot from the inside. One by one, the people he thought would die for him disappeared, some arrested, some buried, some worse. And when the world he loved finally came crashing down, he realized that in this game, there were only two ways out: prison or death. So he did the one thing he swore he'd never do. He broke the code. He talked. In the end, all the suits, all the money, all the nights filled with laughter and danger, they meant nothing. He traded it all for safety, for silence, for a name that wasn't his anymore. From a life of endless adrenaline, he fell into one of anonymity. He wasn't feared or respected now, he was invisible. He got what he thought he wanted: a quiet life. But it wasn't freedom. It was a sentence, a punishment worse than death. Because once you've lived like that, once you've tasted real power, real loyalty, real danger, everything else feels empty. And so he wakes up each day, a ghost of what he was, haunted by the past he helped build. He's alive, yeah, Jonas. But in a world that no longer remembers him, because in that life you could have everything: money, friends, love, control, but it never lasted. The game always ended the same way. You either got caught, got killed, or you got forgotten. Can you guess the movie?